Ritvik Ghatak's magnum opus, Meghe Dhaka Tara, tells the story of Neeta, one of the two earners of a family of 6, constantly juggling between her own studies and a part-time teaching gig. When an injury to the father restricts him to bed, the onus of the entire family falls on Neeta's shoulders. She abandons her education and takes up a clerical job to become the family's breadwinner. Her elder brother Shankar, an aspiring classical vocalist, faces regular societal jibes for his decision to prioritize art over family duties. But Neeta, not for once, questions his decision. She has pure belief in her brother's abilities and sees him succeeding one day. Neeta's younger brother and sister Montu and Geeta are demanding college students who have fancy urges to be satiated. Sanat, her lover, is another one who depends on Neeta's financial help, but he does provide much needed support that motivates our protagonist to carry on. Neeta's cantankerous mother is constantly wary of her and Sanat's relationship, as she fears losing the only earner of the house. The father, on the other hand, is virtuous but is not able to find a way to stop her daughter from being exploited. When Neeta finds out that Sanat has been swayed by her own younger sister and they are about to marry, she is absolutely shattered. Neeta had pinned all her hopes on Sanat. He was to stand by her in these troubled times, and since she cannot bring herself to forsake her family and marry him immediately, he was to wait for her. But he betrays Neeta's faith. All her siblings move out of the house to progress in life while Neeta is stuck running the house and taking care of the parents. An accident to Montu at work means he is to be treated in a hospital, which puts more stress on Neeta. Our young aspirational protagonist gradually crumbles and contracts tuberculosis, ultimately succumbing to the weight of immense familial responsibilities and lack of emotional support. Meghe Dhaka Tara is oddly reminiscent of writer Franz Kafka's acclaimed work Metamorphosis. A traveling salesman, Gregor Samsa, the breadwinner of the Samsa family of 4, mysteriously turns into a cockroach one morning, unable to go to work and earn money. Deprived of their financial stability, the family slowly begins to sideline and neglect him, which eventually leads Gregor to die of starvation. Both our protagonists, Gregor and Neeta, work tirelessly to support their families and accept hardships without expecting anything in return. When his father's business fails, Gregor unhesitatingly accepts his role as the family's breadwinner, even though he dislikes the job profile of a salesman. He hopes to pay off his father's debts and take good care of the family. Neeta wants to pursue higher studies, but a fatal accident to her father means that she has to accept a dull clerical job to earn money for the family. She feels obliged to look after her people and sustain their dreams. Gregor and Neeta never prioritize their own hopes and desires. They sacrifice everything for their families, including their personal happiness, money, and health, while their efforts go unnoticed by the people around them, leaving them crushed and ailing. Neeta keeps her disease a secret and, in spite of her failing health, continues to work and gather funds for her hospitalized brother. Gregor constantly thinks of going to work despite the fact that his body would not allow him to do so. As he watches his family struggling from afar, he blames himself for their situation. Being the sole earners of the house, both of them are severely exploited by their parasitic families. However, once they are unproductive and unprofitable, the families abandon them. Gregor spends most of the time in his room without much interaction with his family members, listening to their discussions through the wall. The family has moved on. The father is forced to return to work again. The mother, horrified by his appearance, is too scared to meet him, and the sister slowly begins to shun Gregor, feeding him irregularly with a minimum of effort. Similarly, during her stay at the sanatorium, Neeta is visited only by her elder brother, who informs her about the developments. Everyone is happy and doing well. The house has metamorphosed into a 2-story building. Sanat and Neeta have a child now. Both the characters are marginalized. In Neeta's case, literally. Neeta, who earlier was frequently framed in the middle of the courtyard, is seen only on its peripheries, having removed herself from the center of the household. Notice this scene, for instance, wherein an extremely sick Neeta takes a glimpse of her family from afar. Gregor and Neeta don't die of starvation and tuberculosis respectively. They succumb to the feeling of alienation and lack of solace due to abandonment and betrayal by their self-centered families.